All right, let's talk about diets. So you've got counting your calories, no sugar, no fat. There are so many diets out there. And the thing is, all of these diets work. But for some reason, we don't have a before and after ourselves. And I think it's because of this one thing.
I don't know about you, but just after a long day of work, that's when my diet actually starts to crumble. I start justifying all the ice cream, the cookies, the chocolates, all the snacks that I can get my hands on because I'm just so tired. I've worked so hard and I deserve it. I feel like I deserve it. And this initially wasn't a problem until I just started saying this and telling myself this every single day. So I just want to talk about some strategies to help you boost your willpower to help you stick to your diet.
Our eating habits are triggered by what's around us. And it's these things that will really test our willpower and self-control.
You want some?
So the definition of willpower is the ability to stop ourselves from either indulging or giving in. And this is what science calls short-term gratification. A great way to work around this is actually just cleaning up what's around us. It's far easier to avoid things than to resist it. As James Clear, the author of Atomic Habits, says, your environment is the invisible hand that guides us. So do a clean sweep.
But sometimes that may not be our issue because I know firsthand how it is. We may be really good at eating at home, but it's those times when our friends decide to order a side of fries, we're at our grandma's place, or we're at a work function where there's so many different treats and snacks, and there goes the diet. So what can we do about this?
So before I get into a strategy for self-control, there's one thing I want to talk about. Having a slice of cake isn't going to break your diet. Having a side of fries shouldn't either. I shouldn't even be calling these slip-ups, but these slip-ups happen and it's okay. We just need to find a way of knowing when to stop, and here's how to do it.
So to have more self-control outside of the home and also inside as well, what has helped me and can also help you as well is utilizing the concept of implementation intentions. So the best way to explain implementation intentions is to think about it like a if this, then that situation. So if I get offered cake at a party, then I would kindly decline and opt in for the fruit. Pretty boring, I know, but it's a fail-safe option. More importantly, it's about having a plan and strategy for those moments where, you go in for that second plate, or the moments where you go in for another handful of those potato chips, right? It's about building the willpower and staying on your diet.
And my final tip is going to come from the heart. In my past experiences with dieting, I was way too strict on myself. I was placing all these barriers like no sugar, no fat, no carbs, and I felt like I was blocked in. I didn't even eat my friend's birthday cake because of it. I'm such an ass. And there's a science behind why it didn't work for me. Experts in this field suggest that stressing over self-control and placing such a huge restriction on choice can really hurt us. Not only with our diet, but just how we feel as a human being.
Habits don't usually develop over such a short period of time, but what does is momentum. And by cutting it short, it ensures that we don't stray too far from our diet.
These methods may or may not work for you, so I would really love to hear how you keep your own willpower going for your diet, and leave it down below because I'm sure it helps someone out. And just before I go, if you're a person who's interested in habits and how it relates to exercise and being healthy, hit that subscribe button because that's all I'll be uploading. You can also find me on Instagram where I have a lot more exercise videos, how to exercise habits. Bye.